Yes, boys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about why sales is the most valuable skill in 2024. Why it's the best skill, why it's changed my life, changed many people's lives, changed all the boys in this villa's life. It's going to be going through why sales is so good right now. So, I know right now on the market, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, there's so many different things floating about, so many different styles. There's crypto, there's trading, there's dropshipping, SMA, SaaS. Like there's so many different things to go into, and like a lot of people don't know where to go into, and sometimes it's too oversaturated. So I feel like sales is quite a breath of fresh air in the market, because high ticket sales in particular, not really many people have heard about it. So that's why it's a bit better than all these other things I've just mentioned, because probably 50% of you guys watching have tried at least one of the things I've just said, right? Whereas sales, I doubt many of you have tried sales. And if you have, you'll understand why it's so good. In terms of sales, I only got into sales a year and a bit ago, but my brother did sales for 4 years. He did door-to-door sales. And with him, my brother growing up I've always been someone quite confident, charismatic or whatnot. With him, when he was growing up, he wasn't that sociable. In a sense, he was quite a quiet kid. Didn't speak to too many people. But if you speak to him now, if you've seen his YouTube, if you've seen his Instagram, you'll know he's a charismatic guy, super confident, whatever. And that, I believe, is because of sales. When you're speaking to people every day, when you're having to handle rejection, getting swore at, getting ignored, and just forcing yourself to put in an environment where you're uncomfortable, you naturally just gonna come comfortable with being uncomfortable. So things like talking to girls and stuff. If you're someone that doesn't feel confident enough to just go up to random girls and talk to them, that's one thing sales can improve on as well. Because with sales, you're talking to people all day. That's basically what sales is. You're speaking to people. So if you speak to people that much, it just becomes normal. You know, speaking to a random girl, if you get rejected, oh well, you're getting rejected every day in sales anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that's just one aspect of it. You get the confidence factor is so big, and not just in sales. Like there's so many other parts of your life where you need to speak to people, you need to be able to communicate, and that's what sales helps with. Obviously, like I said, for me, growing up, I've always been quite charismatic, but definitely over the last year, it's been highly improved. Like I'm more articulate, you know, because you're speaking to people, you're handling objections, and you know, you're countering them in an argument. Like people rarely beat me in an argument, just because I always have something to say. I always know the next thing to say, because I'm always used to handling objections. So when I'm handling objections all day and someone says something and I've got to think sharp on the spot of something to say, that's what I do when I'm like having an argument or a debate. That's why it's pretty difficult to debate with people. I'm sure you get that with salespeople that you've met before. So that's one thing. Like you just every area of your life where you kind of exposed to speak to people is improved, and especially when other salespeople, you know, you've got this mindset where it's like, if you don't perform, you're not going to be able to pay your rent at the end of the month. You're not going to be able to pay for your bills. You're not going to be able to feed your family at the end of the month. So the people in sales are normally really hard working, because it's strictly down to your performance on what you get out of it. So the people working in sales, like I said, the other people like-minded like you, if you want to work hard and get results, because everyone in here is wanting to do the best and do better than the last month and get that close and really push for it. So in other areas of life, you're going to be like that as well, in the gym or whatnot, because you've got this standard that you raise yourself to, right? So obviously you've got the factor that you surround yourself with other salespeople who obviously getting those benefits as well. Networking. Sales is so good for networking. Even if, like, say if you're a closer or an appointment setter and you're just doing outreach and you come across some guy like you're speaking to, maybe you don't close him, but this is a contact that you've spoken to before. So now you've got some sort of similar interest. Maybe it's just a follow. But you get to speak to people that you wouldn't speak to normally if you wasn't doing sales. You know, say if you're not someone business minded and you got into sales, you're going to start speaking to entrepreneurs and people like that are making a lot of money. You're going to be able to learn off these guys. That's one aspect of it. I've only named 3-4 things already, and I'm literally just doing this off the dome. I'm not wrote down specific notes on why sales is good. I'm literally just going off the dome why sales is so good. It's literally changing my life, and that's how I'm able to do things like this. Obviously, like at one point I can make like remote sales, what I do, appointment setting, closing, whatever. You can travel the world while doing it. Obviously, not all sales you can travel the world. You might have to be in a car dealership or whatever, because this is sales in general. This isn't just appointment setting or this goes for any sales, because door to door, for example, you're handling rejection, you're objection handling, you're speaking to people, you're out of your comfort zone. You get the same things. Obviously, they're not the exact same things. There's different types of sales on the phone. You know, appointment setting, you might be a bit more awkward because you're not speaking to people in real life. But sales in a general, this is in a general bit of sales. So this could be door-to-door, car salesmanship. This goes for anyone that works in sales. There's so many benefits to it. So if you're like a young man with kind of purpose and you like, maybe you go to university, maybe you graduated, you're in a 9-to-5, you don't like it, or you're finishing college, finishing sixth form, you don't know what to do, then and you feel like maybe this is sounding kind of like things I want to improve. I want to improve how I speak to women. I want to start being more confident in myself. I want to network with people that I would never speak to before. It's things that you can do. That sales, like going into sales, it's not impossible. It's not something that's like kind of so unreachable, like making your own business from without any skills. That's why sales is so good, because anybody can start it if you're ready to put in the work. It's commission based, like I said, so there's no reason why you can't start sales. A year ago, I had zero sales experience. A year and a bit ago, I had zero sales experience. Not me now. I've been doing sales for a year, making money, moved out to Thailand for a month. Like, that's how quickly you can get good at this. So I feel like people will probably see this and like even look at my Instagram, TikTok and think I'm super distant from them, when realistically I was literally in the same situation a year ago, in university, whatever. So me making these videos, telling you how good sales is, obviously not saying everyone needs to get into sales, but I'm just saying why sales is literally changing my life, boys. So yeah, obviously still out here in Thailand making the daily videos, boys. If you boys have any requests, recommendations, anything you want to see, drop in the comments as always, or drop me a DM. As always, subscribe, like. See you in a bit, boys.